Hello everyone, my name is Julie, and I love reading, I love books, but this stack, it's gotta go. In the last 10 years or so, these little free libraries have started popping up all over the place. I feel like at first I saw them in front of like churches and schools. Now people have them in front of their own houses. Like, I love it. I think it's such a fun way to find books, get rid of books, and if you couldn't tell by this really intimidating stack behind me, it's time to get rid of some books. A lot of these books that I'm unhauling today are either originally from little free libraries, it's time to put them back out in the wild. I have a couple of duplicate books in here, some books that just didn't work for me, a couple of books that I just don't think I'll ever read. The goal of this video is mostly to unhaul books, not to bring in books. I feel like the little free libraries I frequent most around me usually don't have anything that I'm like super interested in taking with me, but if I do find something that's on my mental mind TBR, maybe I will take a book, leave a book, but the goal is definitely to get rid of books. This stack of books has been sitting next to my bookshelf for a very long time with the good intent of unhauling and putting them out into little free libraries, but it's time to finally actually do it. It is 90 degrees today, but it's my day off, so this is the day we're doing it. We're going to get rid of 15 books in a 90-degree day. I just downloaded the Little Free Library app that shows you all the locations and allows you to make a route. So I think I'm just gonna have some fun and unhaul some books. But let's go over what we're getting rid of first. Starting on the top, we have The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. I'd gotten this from a used bookstore for a couple bucks and I read it, didn't love it, has not like left a lasting impression, so I don't feel bad saying goodbye to this. But I think somebody who enjoys thriller books will enjoy this. It's very good quality. It's a book of the month. I feel like I always enjoy finding like high quality books in little free libraries, so hopefully somebody will make good use of this. This is just a little Christmas coloring book that I found in a little free library. I had good intents of like, oh, this is fun, I could like do some coloring, but I haven't, so why am I holding on to it? And yeah, I know it's July, but somebody might enjoy this more than I am. Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman, another book I bought at a used bookstore, so I don't feel bad getting rid of it. I read it, it was fine. I don't think I'm a romance girl, and especially this one. This one didn't really do anything for me. Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I bought this one full priced. It hurts. It hurts to say that I bought this full priced. When I got back into reading 3 years ago, I was all over BookTok, booktube, and this book kept popping up, and regrettably I was influenced to buying it. It was god-awful. I don't want this on my shelves. Somebody else might want it on their shelves, but it's not me. Lost Girls by Robert Kolker. This is a true crime book about a crime like on Long Island, which is where I live, which I was like, oh, maybe this will be interesting to read. I never read it, and I don't really care to read it, so goodbye. The Selection by Kiera Cass. I bought this on Pango Books for a couple bucks. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not the age demographic for this. I'm 27 years old, and if I'd read this when I was maybe 12, I would have enjoyed it, but I'm not 12, so why would I buy this? I don't know, but goodbye. Before We Were Innocent by Ella Berman. I got this from a little free library. Time to return it back to the wild. Didn't love this. It was a nothing book for me, unfortunately, but it is a recent book club pick, so maybe somebody will see that and be enticed. Like I was. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Yeah, I mean, if you've watched my videos, you know I didn't like this one. I don't know why. It just did absolutely nothing for me. I didn't care even a little bit about this book, and it was from a little free library. So again, time to release back into the wild. This is The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. Unfortunately, it's like kind of water damaged. Which when I picked it up from a little free library, I was like, oh, I don't care that it's water damaged. I really want to read this book. And then I haven't picked it up because it's water damaged and it's kind of icky. So I don't know. I might just throw this one out. Like, it's not terrible quality, but nobody wants to read an icky, soggy book, so I don't know. I'm on the fence about putting this one back in a little free library versus just throwing it out. I know throwing out books, like, it sounds sacrilegious, but like, it's damaged, so I don't really think anybody's gonna want this. Let me know what you think. Would you keep this book? Would you read this book? The Guest List by Lucy Foley. This was a fine thriller, but I don't really need it on my shelves any longer, especially, again, since it's from a little free library. Time to do another exchange. This is Plan B by Anne Lamott. Somebody had gifted me a blind date with a book, and they didn't realize that it said, like, faith as the genre, and as someone who doesn't believe in religion even a little bit, I'm never gonna read this memoir about faith. There are a lot of little free libraries at churches though, so I'll probably put this in one of those. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I had gotten this, again, from a little free library and have never once felt compelled to pick it up, so it's like, why am I holding on to this? I don't know. It's time to get rid of it. It's time to put it back in the world. And it's excellent quality, so somebody is going to enjoy this when I clearly have not. This is Long Island by Colm Toybeen. I still don't know if I'm saying that name correctly. I've gotten this at a book exchange for a silent book club that I do in my town. I don't really care to read this. Like, the synopsis doesn't sound all that interesting. I'm never gonna pick it up. It's never gonna be a priority. And putting it in a Long Island little free library, like, somebody's gonna snatch this up real quick because it looks great. Cell by Stephen King. I had bought this at a used bookstore and then actually got gifted a different copy by a friend of mine. So I have a duplicate. I'm just gonna put this out in the world. It's a Stephen King book. Can't go wrong. Another duplicate copy, we have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. My sister was rereading this series and we couldn't find our copy, so I had bought her this for Christmas off of Pango Books, and then she found it. So no need to have 2 copies of the same book. I've never actually read the Harry Potter series. Is that crazy? Not starting now. Certainly not starting now. And finally, we have this really thick nonfiction book about Queen Victoria and her prime ministers. Again, from my silent book club, I'd won like a raffle and this was the book I got. Unfortunately, I just don't care. I'm not gonna read it, so hopefully this finds somebody who loves nonfiction and loves Queen Victoria and her prime ministers, but that is not me. And let's see, is this... Yep. Nope. Okay. Can you see that? It is time to pack up these books and do a little free library crawl. Okay, this first one is one of my go-tos because it's like within walking distance, so I always walk past it, and it's in front of like a church. So I'm gonna leave that memoir about faith. Let's go see what they have. Clearly somebody with a book of the month subscription has dropped off a bunch of books here, and some of them sound actually really good. I've heard a lot about this one. I don't think I'm gonna take it. The Wedding People, I might actually take though, because my mom and many people have recommended it to me. And this horror book sounds kind of good too, not gonna lie. Put in these 2. We're at Little Free Library number 2, which is another one I go to pretty frequently. It's very big and it's usually a hit or miss. It's usually not a lot of great stuff, so we'll see. Also, I have to be quick because this is a no parking area. Oh no, it's a mess! All these books are water damaged and bent, and oh my word. Like I predicted, it was a mess. So I just dropped off 3 books and I left because I'm in a no parking area, so there wasn't really time to clean it up. Off to the next stop. It's kind of the Wild West now. I've never been to any of these other ones. You can kind of see in the frame right there. That's the next one we're at. It's very small and it looks pretty full, so I'm just gonna grab 1 or 2 books to put in there. We're a couple houses down from the 4th Little Free Library. Nobody could have prepared me for how uncomfortable it is to pull up to a stranger's house and start filming in your car. Not gonna lie, it's weird and I feel a little strange about filming in front of people's houses. That's why I'm trying to like be a little discreet. I'm gonna have to walk like slightly down the road to get to this one because there were a lot of cars in front of this house and a landscaping truck. I hate being perceived. Okay, let's pick out a couple books to put in there though. It was facing like the house, like the door was facing the sidewalk, so I couldn't actually see what was in there and how much space there is. So let's just grab a couple. We'll do Cell by Stephen King. And what else do we have? Twisted Love. Okay, yeah. A great variety here. A horror book and a smut romance book. Okay, wait, why is this so cute? They have like little bookmarks, little dog bones. Let's see what they've got. We just pulled up to the next one. I don't even know what number we're at. It was only a couple blocks away from the last one, and it is really, really cute. It's adorable. The last one was so cute too though, because these little bookmarks, they have like a little free library loop. It's like a summer contest that if you visit all these little free libraries, then like you can win a prize. They're partnered with a local bookstore. It's adorable. I want a little free library. Oh my gosh, I need to get a house. We're gonna leave The Song of Achilles and this little Christmas coloring book, even though it's July and 90 degrees. Okay. Duckies. waving back at me. Okay, sorry Ben Pod. We are at our second to last stop because I only have 4 books left. I guess depending on how full they are, I can maybe hit up 3 if I only leave 1 in each. I've got 2 gigantic hardcover books. We've got Long Island and the nonfiction book about Queen Victoria. So let's see if there's room for them. Let's see. Oh my goodness, it's very full. This is like a little wrapped book. Look at that. I'm cracking up because it's literally 50 Shades of Grey. I left a couple of books. They had like a lot. They had quite a bit actually, but nothing that was really calling out to me, so nothing there. We just pulled up to the last one and it is so freaking cute, although it's kind of small and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit this giant Harry Potter book in there. We have Lost Girls and this behemoth of Harry Potter. I think this is the 5th book in the series. Hell if I know though, honestly. There's literally this basket of like Stephen King books. Hello? The stand. And it's like a double-decker. Look at that. Okay. Let's see if there's space. Oh, bubbles and stickers. So this is like the kids section, so we'll put Harry Potter in here if we can fit it. Oh look, I was totally wrong. This is the 4th book in the Harry Potter series, but it did fit in there. So perfect. And then this is the top section. And I already see some really good choices in here, actually. They've got little bookmarks and bookish stickers. I have arrived home. Don't mind my appearance if I still look pink as fuck. It's really hot. Let's go through a little bit of a haul. I know the intention was not to get more books, but listen, some of these were really well stocked. I definitely didn't take as many as I gave away, so we are at a net negative, and yeah, we're at a net negative. We have less books than what we started with. I didn't end up putting this book in any of the little free libraries. I feel like the little free libraries at people's houses, they're maintained by people with so much care and love for books that it just felt wrong to like pass along the buck of like the dirty damaged book. So I think I'm just gonna throw it out, honestly. I definitely still want to read this book, that's obviously why I picked it up, but I think I'm just gonna pick it up from the library if I want to read it, because this is nasty. We ended up going to 7 little free libraries and dropping off 15 books, so definitely a success. So let's do a little bit of a book haul since, you know, we did end up grabbing some things. We'll start with the little goodies. So like I was saying, they had this little free library loop bookmark. It also had this little summer reading pamphlet that has this cute little activity and challenges. That last little free library I went to, they had one of these little reading list bookmarks that I am obsessed with, and some stickers. So I took a couple of the stickers. This is my emotional support Kindle. I think that's so cute. And this one is a little ghost with bat wings that says fantasy reader. It's like holographic. I love them so much. Let's go through which books I took. And I tried to be a bit discerning about which ones I actually thought I was gonna read. I think when I first started going to little free libraries, I saw a popular book and I would take it and then hate it or never read it. So I tried to be a bit more, you know, discerning. At the first little free library, I took The Wedding People by Alison Espach. Like, I've just heard so many amazing things about this book that I have to read it. It seems like such a great summer read, and it's in perfect condition. At the 3rd one, I believe, I picked up Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. The only John Green book I've ever read is his nonfiction book, Everything is Tuberculosis. And I know I am not the target audience for these books. He writes young adult books, but I really want to give it a shot. I really do. And if I don't like it, it goes back into a little free library. It's funny how that works. And then I found In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. I've had mixed feelings about Ruth Ware as an author, but I've heard this is one of her best ones, so I'm gonna give her another go with In the Dark, Dark Wood. And at that final little free library, there were so many great things there with the goodies, the books. I finally picked up Little Fires Everywhere, and they have a little stamp that says donated to a little free library. That's kind of sweet. Always a gift, never for sale. And honestly, I didn't even realize until now, this one is also a little bit water damaged, but not, you know, overly water damaged. But this is a book that's just been on my radar for a very long time. And I also picked up Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, just because, again, I've heard so many amazing things about this book, this author, that I kind of want to see what the hype's about. Let's go ahead and color in Visit a Little Free Library in our summer bookish bingo. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you've ever been to a little free library, if you have a little free library, like your best finds from little free libraries. Should I say little free libraries one more time? Would that be okay with you? Anywho, I had such a blast even though it was so freaking hot and I thought it was gonna melt and die. This was definitely an interesting experience. I think if I were to do this again, I would definitely have to have another person there with me because trying to film with one hand and put the books back in with another, just, it was difficult. It was very trying. I'm also incredibly socially awkward, so anytime there was somebody near the little free library, like a pedestrian or a landscaper or the actual resident of the home themselves, I felt so uncomfortable, but maybe I'll get better at that. I don't know, we'll see. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future. I will see you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scout, and goodbye.